Hi, everybody. I just had a really good meal. Then I started watching it live. Okay? Benny Keys, his mama preaching about Sodom and Gomorrah. She has 2 gay children. Lacey went to sleep because that woman preached to her. Right? And I stopped watching because she has a gay son and Benny Keys sitting beside that woman, chasing truth. I saw you in there, and I posted under the live. What the fuck is with Candace saying about Dawn? Benny Keys needs to stay home and stop fucking around with everybody's fucking life. The ruins are revealing the truth. Because little by little, I am getting subscribers, right, people? People are going to say to you guys, go look at what Kimmy's saying, okay? So I'm grabbing this one. I haven't even looked at it. So what is it? Okay, what is it? It's a new one. This is the ripples of what sound makes. That was really, really good. So
you know where the watering can?
No, I don't, baby. I haven't found that thing yet. See, my husband comes looking in the for the watering can, and I can't find nothing. But the both of us are saying these are the ripples of words, okay? 5, 10, 15. My voice is going to be heard, right, guys? Right? My little puppy, I don't know if you can hear him, he's eating beside me because we just peeked out. And look at that. It's a half moon. It's a half moon because I have a star up in the sky. And I know everybody that finds out and looks up in the sky, they're going to find out who the heck Kimmy Monster is. 'Cause I'm alive and I got a star named after me. That's the first ruin, okay, guys? Oh, I don't want to touch them. Let it fall out in my hand. It's Steve. It's my wolf. My wolf. Steve, let's complete the ring, right? We started this 4 or 5 years ago when I said, listen to me. There's too many kids. There's too many kids to find. So let's stop now. Stop now and let's count how many we have alive. Stop searching because you'll never find them. The fires long ago disposed of those little boys, right? When a fireman is told, stay away, and a dog is keeping him out of there. No, I'm not talking about you chasing truth. You want it. This is what I do, okay? Listen, okay? Just listen. So when a fire is out in front of the boys' house, where the boys were at the start of all this, when I'm not going to look at what you say, okay, because this is what I do. And this is why Beth McGee came in here, okay? Just listen, okay? You have a huge following, okay? Listen to me because I believed in you. Your husband is black. Please listen to me. Research the touch, okay? So I will restate this. Steve is my wolf. He tracks down. I'll start the ruins over so you can understand me, okay? At the start of my bullying, I said 5, 10, 15. What you put out there comes back at you. So 5 years later, okay? My children bought a star in my name before I died, okay, Chasing Truth? Before I died. Okay, listen. So this is the ruin that I just picked, where a star is beside me, okay? And the same time I got my star, I told Steve Lacchio, you want to see a good guy chasing truth? Give your fucking ranch back that Benny Keys has and go look at Steve, AV Watchman. See the guy in big letters? That's my hero, okay? And because Steve is my wolf tracking death out in the desert, he doesn't get funding, okay? You may have left, but I will repeat this. Steve goes out into a desert where very few people go because there's fucking death out there. I don't go out of my house because either way I go in my house, 6 people on each side of the highway were decapitated. So every time I go for a drive, I have these 6 spirits pop in me. Okay? So anybody who goes out in the desert and tracks death is a fucking hero to me. So you give back your fucking wrench and go look at Steve A.B. Watchman, who's out of his fucking garage, not jonesing for pot money, like you said in there, right? Chasing Truth. Why is Candace all of a sudden so happy Dawn's in jail? You know why? Because she's not getting the shit beaten out of her. He's not drunk around her. And she's got no fucking responsibilities. She is sitting there fucking laughing as everybody's going. Because mamas are going out of their fucking houses that wore stiletto heels. And if you would get off your fucking ass and approach that fucking hill too, like Molly Golightly, who has more balls than any man, because she stood there in front of that fucking idiot who picked up a fucking log. Do you know what I would have done even if there was fucking cameras there? Because I did it before to a guy that picked up my little bear. Go back and listen to a live. So when you have women that wear stiletto heels going to a fucking bottom of a hill going, I may drink at home, have a bunch of wine, and I may have been a dancer. And I may have done a lot of fucking things, right? Chasing Truth. If I don't get a thumbs up about what I'm saying, because I remember when your puppies, remember the day your puppies ate your fucking mic? your brand new mic. Right, girl? And your camera was on as you had to clean up your whole fucking office. Your brand new office, as your puppies were running in and out. Because they had stuff still in their fucking mouth, okay? Well, he ate something. It was some fucking round thing that you just see. You want to fight because you know I'm right. Because you know they ate their fucking bed too that day, you stupid idiot. See, you want to fight. You want to get me off the topic because your subscribers. See, every time you come in here, I gain more subscribers because you remember Kimmy Monster. Yes, you do. But if I could have paid you more, if I could have paid you, you'd really, really remember because I couldn't pay you. That's why I was bullied from the fucking start. You're doing the same thing that Beth McGee did, you know? And she was holding Betty's keys wrench at the same time and said that she would put 1,000-fold on me. Go back! Go back! She was holding his wrench. Wake up, darling, because she was holding Betty's keys wrench then, and she no longer does. And shit's going on with her. So you want to play? Go find out what the touch is. Because everybody that put me in a fucking corner, and let's go to the last ruin, okay? You want to find out what the touch is? Because I don't have to let you see me. Because the worst abuse that every fucking seal knows is mental torture. Right, my seals? Because I'm gonna get our Canadian Navy to be called the Grizzly Bears. Because we eat seals, right? Right. So as I go, you may not believe me, but other followers have. That's why there are people sitting in here watching you, because they know what happened to Beth. So we will find everybody knows what happened to Beth. Coming in and saying about I threatened to shoot Benny. And then Amanda came in and said, that's not true. So, last one. Ooh. This is, and I will end it with this. This is the Mama Sasquatch that kept me safe when I was 5 years old in the forest for 5, I don't even know how many days. All I know is my father beat the fuck out of my uncle. And nobody ever talked about it. Because everybody that was there is dead. But I know the guy who has the sight. You want to see the truth, chasing truth, the facts of the Howell Hunt. Because, see that mountain where Mr. Ballin laughs about the red-headed giant that was killed in the mountains? That red-headed giant was probably related or somehow Somebody who saved his people, protected his people in that mountain. And I know that a mama Sasquatch kept me safe enough until the day she heard a search party calling and saying, Kimmy. She put me down on the ground and ran away or hid until everybody found me. And then a year later, I was in Toronto Six Kids Hospital getting surgery because I was deaf. At Toronto Sick Kids Hospital getting surgery that was probably new because a girl and I screamed as the Toronto hospital's pavement out front was being jackhammered, so they put us out. So chasing truth. I was born in an elevator. I had Ukrainian ancestors that touched me with numbers on their arms. That after they touched me, I never touched them. They touched me and I saw people behind them. And I said people's names. And those people from the old country, every time we traveled for 14 fucking years in a row, would never touch me. Because the people I saw behind them were all murdered. They were the last souls they had because a lot of my ancestry in the little town of Winnipeg were survivors. So every year I went there and I lost people. But those I know that I touched or they touched me. And me allowing them to say, yeah, they're there and they're glad you're in Canada. You're safe. Oh, Canada. Thank you. And for Andre Dallaire, that was left, and his soldier that had to be sent back to Canada because all they had left was a candy bar. And I see, as I watched that documentary of Andre Dallaire, sitting there proudly in a black suit, gray hair, handlebar mustache, looking like Mr. Comey, looking down, going, I had to record stuff, I had to do stuff, because if I didn't do this, that fucking nut bar would have killed me. Why do you think James Comey tried to hide behind that curtain? And I'll say again, thank God for his big old long arms, because I know he had 5 fighting women that wanted to kick the shit out of the trumpets. So, good night from Canada, where I see the truth. I threw a snowball in the United Nations website, and others did too, okay, chasing truth. So if you lose subscribers, oh well. You thought you would be able to come in here and talk, but people are going to see that you tried to fight. You said, who cares? Ha ha ha. And I'll say again, like I said to Beth B, right? Right, Beth? I said when I put stuff in writing, you got to be careful. Because I was taught by many people that trusted me to pass on information, my feelings. And when I see people that should be holding Steve A.V. Watchman's wrench and whatever's going on out there, that's the only man who deserves to have anything like chasing truth in front of you. I came in as Kimmy Craig 5 years ago, and Scott A.B. put the tag of the Unabomber on me. So, I will have a sweat lodge this year. So, chasing truth, look that shit up too. Bye-bye. Wow. What he's gonna leave. What a freaking cool name. Wise wisdom. Kimmy, I'm sorry you have been bullied, but you are a bully too. Oh, I know I am. It's been 5 years. Think about it. Think about it. You want to fight? It's been 5 years. I left the bullies. I went to music. Follow my music, okay? Follow my music. And then I came back once I got my voice and I started. Don't come to the last live and fight with me. I'm going to do TED Talks. I threw a snowball in the UN and people listened to me. So you can come in and say your story, but you've just outed yourself too, because people are going to go and look and say, boy, Kimmy really should have been a cop, you know? Right? So wise wisdom. All I said to Beth was, because I will restate it again. As Benny Keys was fumbling to give me his wrench back in Alive, which I have no way of knowing what the hell he was doing because I was in an email with Amanda going, that asshole can take his fucking wrench and shove it up his ass. And then I sent Benny Keys an email, okay? And then I sent it to Amanda at the same time. I said there's too many guns out there. Then I said about the dogs. Then I said about the school shooter, which he said I would shoot him. And Amanda has said what Beth McGee came in here and implied that I said was never true. So Beth McGee, way back on that video, I got her for slander there because I told her to go away. You're just one of Benny's new pets who's trying to come into my channel and piss on me. And she threatened me with 100-fold, saying me that she was covered by the Holy Ghost. So I don't know who you are. But good night from Snowball Nation, where I see what's going on. I don't have to put a weird name in front of me because I was Kimmy Segan. Now I'm Kimmy Craig. And nobody, and everybody knows both those names. No, when I talk about shit, I usually know shit, right? Because Ken and Barbie, Russell Williams, and my family is pretty scared because I'm talking about this shit. But you know what? This is why I'm here. I've seen shit from the day I was born. Because I traveled a path that only men could dream of, you know. I skated with the Esposito brothers, Eddie Shack. I am so fucking positive that Tiger Williams was there. Tiger Williams. Or no, he wasn't, because he was my favorite player, and I got upset because he wasn't, and these other Toronto players were. But unless you've had an Esposito brother on each side telling you, go take over the world, you know. When Phil Esposito died, this wasn't that long ago. It was around the same time I started doing my lives, honest to God. There is a man I talked to, and he's in my friends list, and I sent a live, and he said, really? I said, yeah. I was 14 years old, the only girl in the Esposito brothers hockey school. Nobody will ever take that away from me, you know. Because I got to make fun of all these guys that never knew I was a girl. And just like the girl who was like really thin, skinny, and took up her ball cap, I got to take off my face mask like this. I wasn't sexy or nothing because I was in my goalie equipment at 14 years old. And the mother of the French goalie, after she found out that her son, we hated each other. Well, I couldn't tell him who I was, but I had a crush on him. This little blonde boy that was, I think, a year or two older than me because he didn't like me. But because, I'll say again, because guys can do different thingies in goalie pads, you know. And I was better at other things. He got to be the first goalie that day, you know. I'm pretty sure we were at opposite ends, but I got to be the last goalie on the other opposite end. So when Phil and Tony and everybody brought, like, you know, how you bring everybody in after the game, because this was the last day of 2 weeks of me getting in there. And I don't think my dad had to pay. I think they paid for me because I know we didn't have the money. So I think Father David at St. Veronica's church told the guys 2 weeks free because I cooked for my 6 priests. This is how I had 6 priests every time that would come to McMeekin Center and everywhere that they could. Just think of my guys coming in all dressed in black, all different sizes, marching in, every one of them with a hot dog, and me looking over going like, one of them is not allowed to have stuff, you know. But then he's sitting at the end of a row because Father David couldn't see that he went and bought 2 hot dogs, you know. I have these memories. This is my story, people. I loved going for a ride with Steve Lackio. So everybody go to Steve AV Watchman's site. If you have money to donate for anything that Steve AV Watchman, who is at the start of whatever here, even chasing truth, please. All you big YouTubers, donate to Steve, okay? But also, say, Kimmy, I believe you. I believe you. My big seals out there like Mr. Baldwin and Mr. and Mrs. Shipley, I unsubbed. Please tell me you see me. Please tell me you see me. I'm trying to save our planet with snowballs. Other people in the UN threw from other countries threw snowballs for me. I know we can save our planet by paintball. You guys do Olympics. And I'll say again, I want to shoot Putin in the ass. And I'm sorry, Mr. Saudi Arabia, you and your beautiful white, because you live in the land of Oz, sir. Oh, just imagine if you got hit with a paintball in the ass from Kimmy Monster and Mr. Ukrainian president. I feel my daddy touching me and saying, my baby girl, maybe this is the one video where people will actually listen and say, when you started talking about being Ukrainian, a few days later, Ukraine was hacked. Right, people? Ukraine was hacked. There's so many things I talked about. But nobody got my emails. But live streams that were going up like a hostage taken in Dallas or wherever that was went boop. Just as I sent an email to Duty Ron. So I know somebody's doing something. I feel Lacey going, thank you, Kimmy. Thank you. Because Mama Keys never accepted that their children were gay. And that's why probably Lacey's hands were constantly burning, because I think Mama Keys, way back then, I think her torture was burning hands so they wouldn't touch her. Well, you know, guys, what people did way back then was acceptable. Look at what she's doing now. Look what she's doing now. As her son points out everything about Ernie Shell. Because Benny Keys admires men. He was never, ever in love with a woman. So once everybody gets their head out of their ass and starts going to AV Steve Watchman, right, darlings? See you later. Good night. From Snowball Nation, where people threw snowballs for me in the United Nations. So I'm being heard. Mr. Comey, You're one of the bravest men I ever seen. And Anderson Cooper, I know you're out there listening. I felt your mom say, Kimmy, I know if she knew and she tried. But when you have a manic depressive child running around the house, thank God my kids were on the floor. Thank God my daddy knew so many things he needed to change in the house after I fell down with my bike. So as I walk down these aisles, and I've done it before, I know when I go into showers, it's probably why I've been scared lately, is because I go in there and I'm getting lashed. I wipe my back off and nothing's there. So I believe, I believe